Weightlifting for Muay Thai. Should you do it? Absolutely yes. Except sometimes no. My name's Dan Slobodan. If you've been watching these videos, you know I'm a head instructor of Muay Thai at Gracie Baja, Vancouver, a black belt under Duke Rufus. But on top of that, I'm a certified sports and conditioning specialist under the ISSA. That's the International Sports Science Association. That's a fucking ton of words, isn't it? Yeah, that stuff doesn't matter too much. All it means is I read this book, wrote some papers, passed the test, and I kind of know what I'm talking about. More important than that though, as I've been around this for a long time, I've been here just at this gym for over 10 years. I've trained a lot of people in kickboxing and Muay Thai. I've trained MMA fighters. I've seen what works and I've seen what does not work. I've seen what screwed people up where they're doing more training than they need to, doing the wrong things that they don't need to be doing, and it's actually caused them to go back in their training. It's caused them to slip down, get injured, and actually degrade their ability to fight properly. So what we're gonna do in this, I'm gonna go over some basic stuff. When you should be lifting, when you shouldn't be lifting, what kind of programs you should be doing, depending whether you're a beginner or more advanced. So we're gonna have more videos like this coming out soon. Make sure you hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you actually get notified when the videos come out. So the first thing is, should you be lifting? Pretty much, absolutely yes. The one time I think people should not be lifting is right when they're getting ready for a fight. I have seen people 4 weeks out from a fight decide to, I'm not gonna train Muay Thai today, I'm not gonna do jiu-jitsu, I'm gonna lift weights. Why are you lifting weights? Because I wanna get stronger. You're not gonna get stronger in 4 weeks. You're not gonna make any significant changes in 4 weeks that's actually gonna improve your performance in a fight. If you're fighting in 4 weeks or 5 weeks, whatever, focus on fighting. If you're just starting lifting weights at this point, it's too late. You should have started 6 months ago. That's pretty much it. The other thing I don't like to see people doing if they're competing is doing a bodybuilding type routine. It does not increase their athletic performance, it does not make them stronger and faster in a combat sports sense. It makes you look better, it makes you look more ripped, it makes you look bigger, but it doesn't really increase your performance. Some of the best fighters don't necessarily have a big bodybuilder's physique, some do, but when you're lifting weights, it should be all about maximizing your performance. So if you're a beginner, where do you start? My number one resource for people who are just starting off lifting weights is the StrongLifts app. It is super simple, it's very easy to follow, and it has all the basics that you need, okay? It's 5 exercises, you do 3 of them one day, take your day off, you do 3 of them the next day. The one thing you do every time is squats, the other 2 are pushing and pulling, meaning you're gonna do a bench press and an overhead press, a deadlift and a row. And for most people, just not fighters, but most people, that's all you need. Simple, effective, compound movements that use your whole body throughout the week. This gives you time to recover between. You're not doing isolation exercises like bicep curls, which aren't really gonna help you very much. You can add them a little bit at the end if you like. It's gonna hit all the major muscle groups and increase your overall performance and create that kinesthetic change, so you're using multiple muscle groups together at the same time. It's very simple to follow, it's a free app, you can add on to it like these little bonus payments. It's very, very simple, and that's a great place to start. Once you graduate from there, my favorite resource for combat athletes is rosstraining.com. There's also Training for Warriors, which I really like, but I've been following Ross for 14 years, something like that. One of my favorite books is Infinite Intensity. I actually have a copy of it, but I didn't bring it with me because someone else has it right now. But it has some very simple dumbbell exercises, body weight exercises that anyone can follow, and similar to StrongLifts, it's very simple exercises that you can do in conjunction with your combat sports training. Quick story about one of my athletes who was getting ready for an MMA fight. He was doing the typical bro bodybuilding type thing where he was doing like a back and bicep day. So he was doing pull-ups and rows and inverted rows and all these different movements, 10 to 12 reps, which just increases your bulk without really increasing your strength to the same degree that it should be. It's also a lot of repetitive motion. Then he's doing bicep curls at the end of that, another form of bicep curls, and then seated bicep curls. So it's a lot of this. And then he goes and does Muay Thai and he's punching, and it's a lot more of this, a lot of these arm extensions and flexions, bringing your arms back. And then he's grappling and he's pulling. Young guy, but he still ended up developing an elbow issue because he was overusing the same thing over and over and over again. You're better off doing a small set, like say 5 sets of 5 for rows, and then that's it. Don't do anything else for your back for a while. When bodybuilders do a workout, to say they do back and biceps, same thing. They probably won't touch those muscle groups again for maybe up to a week. 5 days, some of them, 7 days. They have a ton of time to recover. If you're doing that same thing and then you're gonna go do combat sports for 2 hours, you're using all those same muscle groups, they don't get a chance to recover. They don't get a chance to recover, you don't get to actually build anything from it, and you're more likely to hurt yourself, which is the last thing you wanna do before going into competition. So roshtraining.com is one of my favorite things. His book, Infinite Intensity, is awesome for dumbbell exercises, very simple stuff. If you're not a gym, dumbbell, barbell type of person, you can always use his other book, which I do have with me. It's called Never Gymless. About 10 years ago, I moved to China. I didn't have access to a gym, but I did bring this book with me, and I was able to pretty much maintain or even increase all my strength training just using the exercises from that book. It's one of my favorite ones, hands down. That Infinite Intensity are the ways to go. Now, once you get more advanced, you're gonna wanna start getting into very specific things for you. There's only a certain level that you can get to before you have to become very specific with your workouts. For more advanced students, I recommend still keeping things fairly simple, but starting to incorporate variations in Olympic lifts. So power cleans, snatches, and variations of like jumping high pulls, things like that. That's something you should wait until you've been doing some weight training for a while, and again, you should incorporate it in a way that makes sense with your training. If you're doing Muay Thai and you're hitting the pads, you're already doing a lot of fast twitch, explosive muscle fiber type stuff. You need to let those recover. So don't overdo it in the gym, in the weight area. It's gonna affect your performance in your sport area and your actual skill attainment. So if you're doing this type of stuff, I see people doing plyometrics and they're doing 30 reps of box jumps, and then they're doing power cleans, and it's as many reps as possible. You're not gonna recover from that and still be able to do Muay Thai that night, or kickboxing, or whatever you're doing. Do a smaller amount, do it properly, program it into your training so that maybe you're doing it on an off day when you're not in the gym, or you're doing something that's a little bit more mellow, some skill training, some shadow boxing, something like that. Don't go crazy with the plyometrics in the gym and expect to be able to do that as well in the Muay Thai class and then recover from it. It's too much. That's when people start getting injured. If you'd like to see some examples of some of these workouts, let me know in the comments down below. I like to see some workouts for explosive power. I like to see some workouts for speed training. I like to see some workouts to balance out my body and prevent injuries. Let me know in the comments below which ones of those you would like to see, and I'll be happy to make a video for you. It's too much to get to all of them at once in one video, so I'll split them up. But let me know what type of videos you'd like to see, and that's the type of content that I'll focus on for you guys.